About how much you're paid is typically frowned upon. Now, research done right here in St. Louis shows salary secrecy widens the pay gap for both women and racial minorities.
In fact, Missouri is at the top when it comes to men making more than women. Tonight, the iTeam's Paula Vassan shows us what's being done to change that.
Probably be another $500 or $600 a day.
Charles Washington wears a lot of hats to earn about $160,000 a year. He's a credit counselor. He's a day trader.
The name of the game is to make much profit as you can.
And he owns a trucking business. He left his job as a pharmacy technician after learning his salary didn't match others with the same job.
I was angry at first, really angry. A student coming in off the street was making about $5,000 more than me yearly.
He had the same certifications as the new hire.
But you didn't have the same pay?
No, I didn't. I put in time. I missed holidays. I worked extra hours.
He believes others may have been unknowingly lowballed even more. Researchers at Washington University in St. Louis tell the iTeam pay secrecy can widen pay gaps, especially for minorities and women. Some of these gaps are the worst in our area.
New research released just this year from PayScale shows 2 cities in our area have the biggest gaps in gender pay in the nation. The study compared people with the same job titles, same experience. In St. Louis and Kansas City, for every $100 a man makes, a woman makes $3 less. Over a lifetime in the workforce, that can add up to thousands in losses.
It's a problem cities and states around the country are addressing with pay transparency laws. Take Colorado, where a law passed last year forces employers to disclose salary ranges in job postings. Lawmakers in New York City passed similar legislation 2 weeks ago. A survey this month by Resume Builder shows 92% of workers support salary transparency laws. 61% say laws will decrease unfair wage gaps. Stacey Heller is with Resume Builder.
So we've seen since the start of COVID that work-life balance became really important. So the next step that workers want to take is, now I want equal pay.
And it's fair and it's the right thing to do.
State Senator Stephen Roberts wants Missouri to lead the way. In February, he filed Senate Bill 1137. It didn't make it out of committee. Roberts plans to refile his bill in December. If it becomes law, it would force employers in Missouri to share salary ranges when hiring.
So the real question is, how do we keep and retain employees here? And if you're lowballing your folks that much, I don't see how you keep talent in this region, and we'll continue to see the population in the region decline. And we need policies like this bill to keep and retain that type of talent.
If this gets passed, how would we know that companies are telling the truth? Who's holding the companies accountable?
There is a penalty provision, so they could be fined no less than $1,000 up to $5,000 for each infraction.
In the end, he believes removing pay secrecy is a win for employees and employers.
It cuts out all the folks who are unnecessarily applying for a job that they were never going to take in the first place.
It's about efficiency, retention, and fairness, says Washington, something he's keeping in mind when he starts hiring.
Will you be posting the pay ranges for the job?
Of course.
Even though there's no law in Missouri to do it?
I will. Everybody should get compensated for their work.
Resistance to pay transparency often comes from the business community. More transparency can mean higher salaries, which means more expense. We've reached out to both the state and federal chambers of commerce to find out their position on pay transparency laws. No response by our deadline.